Let's go.
Crazy stuff going on right now with the Florida Panthers, as Gary said. Who's going to beat that? Although it's a great series on the western side, and they'll have a vote. There's no doubt about it. And this isn't over, but
right. Feels that way. Feels that way, though.
It sure feels that way.
So yes, I mean, this team is something on the way that they've played their dominant wins. But I think you also have to look at the leadership. I mean, to me, a player like Barkov and how this team is playing on the ice. You've heard it from so many of the players on collectively. Just feel like the leadership of Barkov has these guys playing together, but also coming through with just such efficient and impressive play on the ice.
So this series has been a beatdown, and I don't think we expected it. I think we expected to be a little bit closer. It's 3-0. So for me, the difference is one team's willing to go through a wall between the whistles and after, and another team's not. That's the difference. So you see it all over the ice. You see it with the play. You see it with Sam Reinhart stuck going. He's in the room. He's calling out the lineup. He's getting boys going. Now, when the game's out of hand, Tkachuk is going to take his opportunity to go after Aho for that hit last game. They've already won the game. This is the right time to go after him. Now, what's concerning is you don't see any white jerseys in there. You see a whole bunch of red. You see all red. They're a team. They got each other's back. There's no tough guys on Florida on the ice right there. There's no fighters. There's 5 guys that are going to do whatever it takes, and they remember, and they're going to stick up for their buddy. And the white team doesn't do that, Kel.
I love them. They're a good team, and Matthew Tkachuk just gets it, doesn't he?
It's a team, man. It's a good team. Paul Maurice, he's got those guys all fighting together.
So I
We are
guess
a damn good team.
I guess Alexander Barkov had to score a couple goals there, Nick and Cody, just to get national recognition. Like last week, they were talking about Austin Matthews. Nick, I got a question for you. When's the last time we were up 3-0 in the series?
I don't remember.
Paul Maurice got some words for the guys this time.
Breathe out your nose, not your asshole. Let's go.
Fuck the plays.
Fuck the plays. Pound their fucking D.
Caesar, Nick.
But here's the thing. I think their D keeps dodging all these fucking hits we're throwing out there right now. This shit, not even close.
We're going to just put my pre-series picks on the bottom of the screen because I'm going to take my victory lap here tonight, folks. Gentlemen, Jesper Boqvist and Pyotr Kochetkov finally got in.
Hey, was that an edit? I don't remember Boqvist.
No.
Hey, I had my mic off. Sorry, guys. I thought I was like on.
Technical
you were
difficulties. 3 minutes.
I'm sitting there talking. I'm like, wait a
I was
minute.
like, how
Nobody's
about
saying
tonight,
anything.
Caesar?
We are the motherfuckers. That's all I gotta say. We are them. What an amazing game. They quit after that 4th goal. The arena went nuts after Barkov scored. It was loud. I don't know about you,
Which
Nick.
time?
Wasn't it louder than the other goals? It was insane.
The Barkov one?
Yeah, the Barkov one.
Barkov, because like
Which Barkov one?
The first one.
No, the first one. The first
one.
And I was just like, holy fuck. I was like,
because like we just scored like literally a minute after, and we're like, all of a sudden it's like, holy shit, what the hell is going on?
You know, I always wonder,
That's
like,
what Carolina's saying, Caesar.
could you, what if you're a Carolina fan and you're watching at home? You're North Carolina. Sorry about that, by the way. What the fuck are you thinking?
Like,
what are you thinking?
Hey, Derek was right. He said high-scoring games. I was like, what?
I thought it was going to be a low-scoring game after the first 2 periods. I was like, okay, this is probably going to be the one game it's going to be low-scoring game. But that 3rd period, everything just opened
up. Yeah, but there should have been more games, Caesar, that were low-scoring, Cody. This is not the series that we thought it would be.
No,
we didn't
I did not have that in my
But
card.
listen, even the Carolina Twitter admin, who's famous for trying to tweet some shit now, didn't even post any goals after the 4-1 goal. So, I mean, it went 4-1 right to the final being 6-2.
Well, people have a lot to say about the Carolina Hurricanes and Min. I'll leave it for the rest of you, but there's some wild stuff out there.
Carolina tropical depression scurvy. Get it right.
The tropical frauds. How about that?
Remember that first post by the Min page there, Caesar, and what you and I put on there? I put Kirby and Paul Maurice masterclass, and then you put a meme or GIF on video up there for that.
Listen, and
It
this
hasn't
was
gone well since then.
Here, piggy, 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 piggy.
my turn. I turned that pig into pulled pork, but just,
If you're Kyle Bukauskas, whatever the fuck you pronounce his name,
Bukauskas,
Bukauskas, whoever. Saw him tonight, by the way. He's in between,
did?
like he's in the corner there. By me. He's probably like, "What the fuck is wrong with these people?" But no, he said something about the pulled pork. You can't talk shit about the pig, right?
Yeah.
On Sportsnet the other day. I got
Yeah.
that, Kirby.
yeah, no, but 32 thoughts. The front of the one of the who's the play-by-play guy for Sportsnet, like, and who's like the two guys?
So
Like
it's
David.
John Shorthouse. I've got something to talk about Gary Galley.
Gary Galley.
Is it Dave? It's David's on the David like Banner or some shit.
I thought it's John Shorthouse.
I don't know. Isn't John Shorthouse the Vancouver guy?
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
not John Shorthouse.
Oh, it's not. Who is it then? I'm listening to him all series.
Like, that's not Shorthouse. Shorthouse does not have that high.
Oh,
frequency.
is it the Ottawa guy?
Yes.
Think of his name. Look him up.
I didn't watch the
My
sports
apologies. Yes, it's not Shorthouse. It's the Ottawa guy.
tonight.
Oh, the whole series. But okay, can I talk about as Cody's looking this up? Gary Galley, he says, what's Matthew Tkachuk doing with Aho out there? Has he not been watching the series from the broadcast booth and what Aho did to Reinhardt? Like, what are we
Right.
talking about here, Gary Galley? What is Tkachuk doing out there? He did it to Nico Hischier because they touched up our captain, and he did it to Sebastian Aho. But always when Panther players are running around out there, they're like, I don't know what these guys are doing. How about watch the games or the games you're actually worked and you're getting paid to do, and then you would realize what Matthew Tkachuk is doing out there. Like, just stupid commentary like that.
And if I could
John,
say,
John Bartlett.
John Bartlett.
Bartlett.
Yeah.
Matthew
Bartlett was
Tkachuk
upset.
had a heck of a game tonight.
Yeah.
Matthew Tkachuk looks really, really fucking good.
It
And I
sounds
know you guys didn't see video on Matthew Tkachuk last game. It was on Sportsnet. I didn't tweet it out, but he yelled at Anton Lundell. And he's like, Anton Lundell, if you're not going to deal with Aho, I'll do it.
Yeah. But
And he
John,
did it tonight.
but on the food thing, John Bartlett was very upset that Carolina got rid of the peach cobbler during the media meal. But
And if we can touch on the Reinhardt point, where Sam Reinhardt was in that Sportsnet video,
he looked pretty good.
looked pretty good.
he looked
Pretty good, Kirby.
as you always say, Nick.
And Nico Mikkola being okay after he took that bad spill.
You guys are buying that from Paul Maurice? Because this is obviously right after the game here.
He would no, because if it was serious, he
He
would
would
say
say no update.
He would just say we're going to have him.
So
looked at."
we really got by with not a separate
Yes, yes.
or clavicle.
We got away with it.
Nick is glowing today.
Oh my gosh. Thank you,
should
Ryan.
You should have saw how he looked when he got in
We're
here.
not going to talk about that.
What did you guys think of the first period? Let's kind of go into the first period first.
Okay. Caesar,
What did you guys think of the first 10 minutes of the game?
Caesar, I'm going to pass it off to these gentlemen. Nick wasn't here on the post-game show. I had a really busy day, birthday party, family birthday party. So I
Happy
missed
birthday to niece Lupul.
Thank you. Great day. Great. And my niece's birthday is this year every year, and Bob is like pitching Charleston playing.
Kirby, anybody in your family?
Every year.
Kirby, anybody in your family says Panthers suck?
Oh, so my Edmonton family right now is hiding out on the West Coast, so I didn't see them this year. I usually see them this time of year, but didn't see them today.
But,
Just want to give a shout out to our
Antonio?
listeners.
Shout out to the Holy Water.
Go ahead, Caesar.
Want to give a shout out to our listeners. For those of you that were at the rink and saw me and give us the encouraging words and the words of loving our show. We really appreciate it. You know, we do this for you guys. We give you the content. We're real, we're organic, and none of this would happen without you. So thank you for the following and appreciate it. So, and don't be afraid to come up to me and ask me for a picture. Don't worry. I don't bite unless you're Paul Bisnet. So we're all good there. Okay.
Bissonette. But let's be real here. I mean, it's crazy. Like Caesar's good. I mean, Caesar's easily the most recognizable out of all of us.
Oh, just the love and support at the arena today was unbelievable. It's definitely been overwhelming, but in a good way. I had somebody come up to me saying, I wake up in the morning and you inspire me to move on with my day. And to me, that's all that matters. You know, this is what I do, why I do what I do. is because of you guys. And, and thank you, Cody, Nick, Kirby, for encouraging me to keep moving forward and, to keep doing this with you guys. I really appreciate you guys having me on your platform as well. I couldn't have done it without you guys. To our sponsors as well, Jeremy, Caneswear, everybody, all our fans.
Good.
We're
It's great.
all one community, and shout outs to you guys. I mean, it's been amazing.
Hey,
Well
it's
said.
hey.
Yes.
But speaking of this puck right here, this was from the original Eastern Conference Finals right here
So we
versus
copied him the first time.
Carolina. And this series is not like 2023 at all.
No.
Though that first period was the closest I think we've been. The first two especially were the first closest I think we were to 2023.
Kochetkov made saves
Oh
that
yeah.
Anderson was not making.
He looked really good in the first 10 minutes. He a lot better than Anderson.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really fault him for any of the goals tonight. I mean, he got left out on a Dmitry Orlov. Holy.
You said Chekhov was like their best player in the first period, Nick.
Yeah, I mean,
he
he's
was.
50 minute, right? It's like he made a great stop on Verhaeghe with the paddle.
Yeah, it's like it brought me back to Nick Cousins, Aiden Hill, like that kind
A
of
little
thing.
bit those vibes, yeah.
But like TNT was trying to talk up that save, saying, "Oh, that's a save that could change a series." I'm like, dude, it's 2-0. like if it was 2-2, I can understand that. But I mean, the first goal, pure just luck. But credit to Nico Mikkola for just throwing it at the net here. And look at who's in the center of it all. Alexander Barkov. Who the hell else?
You could also say Dmitry Orlov, but I'm not gonna. Fucking.
Well, I mean, is he at fault for this goal? Play it. Play this
We'll
clip.
see.
Yep.
It's the first goal, I'm assuming, right?
Yes, the first goal by Boquist. Or no, it wasn't with Boquist.
It was Mikkola.
Mikkola. I thought it was Boquist.
Off of Orlov. That's not even on Orlov, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but I thought the first period, Carolina was pushing up heavy in the on the forecheck. They weren't really allowing anything through the neutral zone. Stretch pass and the hard rim were kind of our play, and they did a really nice job of kind of delaying the breakout on the hard rim, where it kind of like screwed up our support a bit. And at the end of the day, that's fine. But then they started turning those pucks over after that. And that's where you get into trouble. If you're going to do that, fine, but you still have to break the puck out. And I thought Matthew Tkachuk was probably one of, if not our best player. I mean, Barkov was there too. Matthew Tkachuk made this one play, the breakaway pass to Verhaeghe. I mean, it comes up the wall, puts his stick and angles it. Pass goes off his stick through his legs, almost like a stretch pass off a deflected pass, and Carter Verhaeghe gets a breakaway. Now he takes a slap shot and fucking rockets it wide.
That puck wasn't settling for him.
But again, Matthew Tkachuk was making plays. I knew certain things with Tkachuk when he was hurt. Tonight, he wasn't just picking flat-footed and picking the puck up off the wall. There was this one play where he picked up the puck, toe dragged it, and skated fully in motion. He wasn't doing that before. You could see on the wall, he's more comfortable with the puck. And in terms of like just everything, comfortability, there's certain plays and things you could tell. You can tell he's much healthier now, and he's gotten kind of up to speed. And I think it's Paul Maurice who said he's the best player in the world when it comes to adapting his game to what he can do or how he needs to play. I don't know if it's him getting healthy or him adapting his game, but it's very much it's helping us big time here tonight. Matthew Tkachuk taking a look at the stat line here. By the way, shout out to Alexander Barkov and Jesper Boqvist, each having 3 points. But Matthew Tkachuk here tonight got 2 assists. He improves to 14 points in the series, 14 points in 15 games, and he improves to 5 points in 3 games this series. So
maybe he just can't play against Toronto.
Yeah, so I don't know what it is. I mean,
who leads our team in points, Nick?
Alexander Barkov.
Everything is back to way it should be.
Everyone, he doesn't get enough points, doesn't shoot the puck enough.
But it's kind of really nice because Matthew Tkachuk's heating up. Alexander Barkov So it's like,
And how about
if our depth is the way it is, and you can get this Matthew Tkachuk, and he's starting to heat up a bit.
I told both of you guys on the podcast, we need more than our depth to show up against Carolina. We need our big boys.
Yeah,
So,
and
you know-
you guys said it. We need our second line to show up, and
Yeah, in
they've
particular.
been doing a phenomenal job.
And you take a look at, and I know I want to shout out a couple guys here. Tomasz Nosek, multiple times throughout this series, and just in general, he's been put up on the top line. I think it was the Toronto game when Evan Rodriguez went out. Game 4. Evan Rodriguez got taken out of the game by Ekman Larson. He comes up with Barkov. He plays a good amount there. The last 2 games, Tomasz Nosek comes up and he plays in place of the forwards. Tonight, it was at Tulosterinen. But Nosek, 14-33. Greer, 10-16. Gadjevich, 10-47. That's good. It's like the less minutes our players play with the 3rd straight conference final appearance on the precipice of a 3rd straight cup final appearance.
Straight. Just
I mean,
hearing
those are
over.
important minutes. It's like, it doesn't matter if they're blowing out. It's like, okay, like you've gotten 10, 11, 12 minutes from your 4th line.
Nick,
And
I told you we needed those minutes last year on our run from our 4th line. And people like Kirby, that's a lot of minutes. I'm like, that's what I need.
But you know what's
need to
funny?
win a cup.
They were basically arguing saying, "Oh, the defense is what's the defense is better this year or last year." I think both are good in their own ways. Some better than others, but I think it's pretty much even. I think it's a wash. But there's one thing undoubtedly from last year's run to this year's run that's better. Our depth is 10 times better this run.
Oh, 1,000%. You have a guy like Jesper Boqvist. First of all, Mackey hasn't played a game since the
No,
Toronto
talking the defense.
Oh, talking the defense? Well,
No. I'm
Overall,
talking
he's talking
depth.
You're
Depth.
talking overall, Cody?
Yes.
Okay, that was a different conversation than what we had on space.
I know, but I was just saying how we were talking about it. But the one thing we should be talking about is our depth being better than what it was last year. We weren't getting this shit last year.
you take a look.
Apologies, Nick. Sorry, I thought we were talking.
You're good. Our 4th line now is the 5th line to start the playoffs, and they've done an excellent job. You take a look at who's not playing. Nico Sturm, he wasn't great for us. Still a reliable player. You could
But we
put
had
him-
guys after the trade deadline that we had depth
Yeah.
on our fork. It wasn't like 2023.
No,
Yeah,
but
no.
this is like you have a guy like Jesper Boat, like Mackie Samoskevich scored 15 goals for us, right? A pretty good player. It was one of our more dynamic players at certain
I don't
points
think
in the
any
year.
fan would have had him out of the lineup, though, Nick.
Oh
With
no,
15
there's
goals.
there's a
I
lot
mean,
of
and
my
No
you-
fan would have had him out.
And then
No.
you take a look at what he's not even playing. You take a look at a guy like Jesper Boqvist. He just comes in. Oh, we're going to put him in on our top line. 2 points the first game, 3 points tonight. I mean, it just works. It's like
And
you just
could it-
plug
could it
in
be-
players at different spots, and it doesn't matter. Uvis Balinskis has come in, and he's done a nice job, right?
Yep.
I mean,
And I was gonna say, kind of following up on the Boquist there. The players in the locker room love what he does on and off the ice. They have the respect for him, and he was voted the best player this year for them, in the locker room as well. So
It was
it's
some
just-
award, but what I mean by the depth is like I don't know if Olchek or Boucher said this, but they said
no,
Florida
no, I don't.
no because he got kicked out of this game tonight. Tonight was his.
I want to
game.
get to that.
But Boucher or Eddie Olchek said it best. The Panthers are like one of the only teams that has not only bottom 6 depth but top 6 depth.
Yes.
yeah,
It's like that's one of the reasons. If you go back to our episode last year, it was the day we got Vladimir Tarasenko, and we did a podcast. I don't remember what episode. We could probably pin it
Like
after
fucking
this.
27 or some shit.
Something like that. I talked about Max Pacioretty being a potential option. There was the rumor he wanted to come here. I'm like, well, you have guys that could step into the bottom 6. There's not really anybody that can come in the top 6 if there's an injury there. I think that's smart to have. And when you take a look at our depth now, it's like, okay, you have a Nico Sturm on the 4th line, and Jesper Boqvist can play 4th line minutes too. Fine. But you have guys that can move into the top 9, top 6, middle 6, 4th line, every which way you can. It's just been great. I mean, it's unbelievable. And it's kind of like crazy how Aaron Eck got up to 10 points in 11 games this playoffs.
And
10 points in 11
I
games.
don't know in what world can a $7 million defenseman get walked by Jesper Boqvist. Like
Dimitri Orlov makes more than Aaron
times.
Ekblad, Cody.
Nick, he was shaking his head so many times I thought it was going to fall off. I know this is an old movie reference. I know this is an old movie reference, but death becomes her. You remember that?
It's speaking of Sveshnikov. I have a stat for you guys that I learned from like a Canes account. Sveshnikov was their leading goal scorer going into the series, correct?
Yes, 8.
I know where you're going with this, Cody.
He has 0 shots on goal the last 2 games.
And how many for the series?
Uno.
1 shot on goal. Now, again, I don't think, I think the top end talent for the Hurricanes just isn't good enough. Obviously we'll have conversations, I'm sure, in the future about who they could potentially get, although that name was mentioned to our Florida Panthers. But I'm not going to go there. Marner. Anyway, but yeah, I did talk. Oh, by the way, before I forget, Kirby, Meeksy saw you in the Overdrive chat yesterday. You're telling me about that. Yes.
I'm in there. I'm in the Dallas Stars post game chats.
He's in all chats, every chat.
Overdrive. I'm trying to be in there for like a half an hour a day when I'm home. I'm like, let me jump in there. Everyone say cats and rats, Caesar. They're like the cats and rats. I come in there and they think I'm trolling right away because they're Toronto fans, Edmonton fans, Dallas fans. No. I'm not there to troll. I'm there to talk puck.
Hey, a lot of people are surprised when they listen to our show. They're like, wow, these guys actually know puck.
Because right away they think,
we do.
Yeah, we know puck.
Listen, it's just like we all predicted Florida in 6.
I almost went Florida in 5, but I'm like, I'll give Carolina the I'm in.
It's just so looks like Nick and Kirby are the ones.
But it's just
Ryan, stop it. Stop.
Like the Panther fan of me is elated about this series. Like we're dominating, like Eastern Conference Finals. But the hockey fan of me is so damn disappointed.
Yeah.
I'm not. My heart couldn't take it after the last series. So,
like, no, I'm stoned after Edmonton last year. Nothing could be worse than that.
And it's like
I don't give a fuck.
On the flip side, we talked about Florida here. I'm like, oh my gosh, what if you're Carolina
in the series? It's like the last 3 postseasons for Carolina. They have been down 3-0 in a series at some point during their run.
All Panther fans talking a big game now with the sweep. There's no one in our community that want to make a community bet with anyone for a sweep. No one was throwing that out there with another community member.
No, I didn't think a sweep, but it's like if you're Carolina,
I'm not saying us, but anyone in the community.
If you're Carolina, where do you go from here? I mean, this is pathetic.
Leafs were better. The Leafs were better.
Does Brenda Moore get a lot of the blame?
I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what to do. He's just matched. They don't have the talent.
To me, no.
I want him fired, Cody. If they want him fired this offseason,
okay, please fire him.
No, but
please fire him.
No, but put Sebastian Aho on the hot seat going into the year.
Please fire him. Please fire him, and you guys will go right back to fucking irrelevancy. Because that guy's
I'm getting any hockey fan saying to fire.
I'm just going to say this:
Carolina fans.
You take a look at the roster, and I know everybody's like they're playing. The fact of the matter is, it's not. It's
not good enough.
Roster.
Sebastian Aho looks like Marner and Matthews. What's the difference?
The forward core. I'm sorry, it's brutal. I mean, you have Roslovic and Kokaniemi on line 2. I mean, Jordan Stahl, who's 34, 35 years old, playing second line center.
2 rookie defensemen. They have not been 2 rookie defensemen in a conference final series since 2017 Ottawa Senators.
What was the result of that game? Do you know?
Pittsburgh won that in 7 games. It was overtime, I believe.
Well, I know, but what was the result of Game 5? Do you know? Let's figure that out. Anyway, I just think, again, if you're Carolina, like you take a look, Stan Covinier is a good player, sure, whatever.
He's the only one that showed up tonight.
I know, but it's like it's not good enough. It's not good enough. I mean, you take a look. I'm sorry, Jordan Martinook, Roslovic, Kokaniemi, Stahl, Taylor Hall. I mean, like, those are just a bunch of guys. Like, you got to have those guys slotted appropriately. I'm sorry, they have 3 third lines.
Blake's one of their best guys, and he got run through the end wall.
Yeah, it's just.
I mean, but they have 3 third lines, and then they have, as far as ability,
the is a mismatch with Chatfield out, and you got 2 rookies there, Nick.
Right, and then the goaltending in terms of what I believe their ability actually is. Average, below average. I don't think
I think it's average to above average.
No, average to above. You got to give us credit.
Like
I'm sorry, I just don't think like
It is, Nick. It's average to above in today's NHL. It is.
I personally think that if you're going to have that little forward depth up front, or I mean not depth, firepower up front, you're going to have that like those guys. You're going to need either star-studded goaltending, or you're just going to get run. You're going to get run.
Well, they have a number one shutdown defense, but you need more than that.
But this is why they tried to get Mikko Rantanen. This series is why.
Well, it's why they tried to get. I know you don't like him.
Could you kind of go into the Mikko Rantanen? What do you guys? How different do you think the series would have been with Toronto if Mikko Rantanen was with them instead?
We probably would have lost that series.
How crazy is that?
They probably
definitely would have lost that series.
The way we were playing?
Yeah, because
we're one goal away from being down 3-0.
Yeah.
Mikko Rantanen finds a way to score there.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, like
maybe
he didn't have to do half the stuff he did in the other series. Cody with
like the Leafs deserve a lot more respect than what they were given because the game 5 gave 7 blowouts or whatever. But this shit's not even close. Like at least with Toronto, you could see at points where they at least have something, but they're not better than the other team.
Cody, in the Toronto-Florida series, the words are ice tilt. You saw where it's shifted. This series, it's been all Florida.
It's fucking one-sided.
We're winning all these puck battles. We weren't winning puck battle percentage.
The thing, and here's one.
Now I have a question: is that us being worse, or is that we got to give credit to Toronto? Maybe they're better than some of their fans are.
I think it's credit to Toronto.
Here.
I mean, now here's the thing:
What's
it's like
the problem with Toronto, Nick? I told you coming into the playoffs, they're superstar players. That's always been the problem.
Yeah, and they took them. I mean, now obviously this playoffs is far from over. But you take a look; it's like Toronto. It's like you take a look at what we've done this playoff. I mean, they gave us a run for our money. Now, again, there were a couple blowouts in there, so that might.
But Nick, I'm not just looking at the scores in this series because that's what we're all looking at the third period tonight. You look at this overall complete series. Like, where's Carolina's best hockey? 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there. It's not even
close.
Here.
Yeah, not even.
It's 5-10 minutes here and there. And I'm going to be honest with you.
And that's not good enough in a conference.
Even when they are pushing.
Or a second round.
I counted multiple times tonight where Carolina had a chance to get the puck, shoot the puck. They didn't. They passed it up. They get an opportunity here. Push it back. I don't think the Leafs win if Stolarz is in.
No.
And here's the funny thing. And this is
you got to look how many saves Wall had.
I don't know. It depends.
We would have figured it out. I mean,
but
I don't think goaltending was an issue when
Yeah, but
they scored what 1 goal or 2 goals, 3 goals.
Yeah, but the thing is with the Hurricanes, and this is where I was so more confident in this game. That 5-minute power play they had.
Yeah,
they didn't get close.
Nothing at all.
Cody, I'm not even nervous when they have a 5-minute power play. I mean, it's just like
I'm not nervous when they're in the ozone. Like
I'm not nervous. Like even when they're pushing, it's like, well, whatever.
They're non-threatening on the broadcast.
Here's the thing: they'll score off a lucky bounce, and this is why I was so low on them going into the series. Because go watch the Washington series. Logan Thompson let in about 6-7 bad goals in that series.
I told people that in our community. Logan Thompson was not good. Neither was Jacob Chikrin. Both of their star guys.
Well, I think the last goal he allowed was kind of the icing on the cake.
The Svechnikov sharp angle deep in his net.
But Cody, tell me if Carolina is based around lucky bounces or they're based about getting position on teams and bullying them and getting in the right spots.
I think it's a little bit of both.
I always heard the term smothering when it comes to Carolina.
Yeah, that's better than calling them lucky.
I mean,
their offense is driven off of lucky shit.
They have nothing.
They're driven off of the counterattack, Cody, but they can't do it against Florida because Florida does it against them.
And I don't know if you noticed this.
They're stifled.
Even their penalty kill, they backed off a bit. Like they're not as aggressive as they usually are.
Especially there in that third period. I thought after that third or fourth goal, they were done.
But is that a mindset?
I thought after the second goal they were done. I'm like, they can't.
Is that a mindset thing that their PK is not that effective because they're losing confidence?
I think this is mental at this point.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. That reaction after they scored that goal to tie it, didn't that feel like a little bit over the top?
Oh, because they're like, holy shit, we
finally scored.
They're winning the net.
Yeah, and then after that, it was just that third period.
Watch Jordan Stahl's body language again. I know people
not good.
Not good.
Taylor Hall had a interesting comment about
He hates Florida still from Boston. This guy, I hate this guy's comments. I don't like Taylor Hall.
Oh,
I
like the
he's
quote
like,
from the
oh,
other
they're
day?
not perfect. They went to 7 with Toronto, right?
But how crazy! Look at this.
He's in his own
by
feeling from
Sportsnet.
2023. What, Caesar?
This stat here is absolutely insane. 16 to 4 goals. It's a 12-goal differential. It's the largest through the first 3 games of any conference final in history. That's freaking unbelievable. That's crazy. Now, does that show how good Florida is or how bad Carolina is?
It's a bit of both.
Both.
Because Florida's been good.
Which one more? Florida?
Carolina being bad.
I think we've imposed our will on them, and then they've just given up.
I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to say this is more Florida. I think the addition of Marchand and Seth Jones has helped us tremendously.
I think at the beginning it was Florida, but I think
that was the beginning of the playoff season. Now it's our superstar big guys.
But I'm going to be honest with you. I think the
Yeah.
Canes, they got depleted very easily. Like, I think they're just.
Did they brag about their depth this year, or did they say we're young on the blue line, we're not that deep in the forward core, we're not deep down the middle? Because I had content people talking to me about the middle of the ice, and I looked after Cody, I got off air. I'm like, this is even less close than I think down the middle.
And if you want me to be honest,
Their blue line's worse.
Like,
well, I thought that was closer with Jeff.
But when I saw Walker out, I'm like, oh, this ain't good for Carolina.
And I don't think Walker is a good matchup versus Florida. Like, it favors us.
And by the time we get,
I don't think he's much of a dog.
And this is back-to-back games, Kirby, where once Florida gets to 20 shots, they score 5 goals. Like,
but like that Sean Walker shit, that'll work against the Leafs, but against Florida's forechecking presence, no.
And it's just like, and
and Shane Goss is fair. I know. Oh, you guys, Cody, did you say he's their best defenseman?
He's probably.
But that type of player works better against, like, a team like Toronto and things like that. Like getting through the neutral zone.
But
even Tampa had more.
But look at where these shots are coming from. Like, scroll down, Caesar.
This is by Mike Kelly. Shout out to Mike Kelly.
Oh, Mike Kelly's great.
Yep.
Like,
look at this.
That's the home plate, like 2023. They had 0 in Game 3 in 2023 in the home plate. 0.
Jackson Blake had that goal. Sebastian Aho had one. Oh, this is Game 2.
I'm glad he's showing the home plate, because some people are like, what the hell is Kirby talking about home plate? Well, there it is.
Inside the dots. But, like, and this is what we mean by inside the dots, like an actual dot.
High danger, you call it, too.
Yeah. And
you always told protect the house. There it is.
Yep. There it
Oh,
is.
that's a good one. Yeah.
Everything is on the outside. Like, and when I'm watching
That's
the
hockey
game,
101 shit right there, Kurt.
And that's on the edge. Look at all those ones painting the edge there, the plate.
just making Bob's life much easier. And this is not to discredit Bob, but they're just doing a better job overall, keeping everything on the outside.
I thought really,
and that's a great point, Caesar. I just think everything is to the outside. Like, fine, if Carolina wants to take these shots from the point or pass it over, like, number one, they're passing up shots. They could have had 5 or 6 opportunities, but they were overpassing. And then the opportunities they do pass it to, these are one-timers from the point or from the half. I'm like, Bob's going to see that. If he's seeing it, it's stopping it. Like a one-timer from the point from Sean Walker or Scott Morrow, it's not threatening. And, I think it's, again, Carolina. This is not a tactical issue or a series issue. This is an off-season issue. They need to fix the holes they have. It's too much. I mean, they can't. This is ridiculous. Like, I'm sorry. I was not high on this roster. I wanted to give them respect, and I still do. The series isn't over, but they have 3 third lines. I mean, this is not a good forward core. It's not good enough. So that's my take.
But the thing is like, now people are like saying, "Oh, Brendan Moore should be like Brendan Moore being fired," but
he's the only thing that keeps them together. They are a wild card team. They're a wild card team without Brendan Moore.
It's just,
I mean, and I think Antonio, Slavin's, he's all right, but
he's
it's
been
like,
there. But the thing is,
it's like when you're this bad, it doesn't even like.
But the thing is with Slavin is he's the best defensive defenseman in hockey. But the problem is he's a number 2 defenseman, not a number 1. I'll stand on that. Like, number one is everything. And I
Yes.
mean everything.
Yeah.
And he's just not it. And but when you get a performance like you get out Dmitry Orlov tonight, I mean, like, and Brandon Moore tried every button to press. Like, he tried the goalie switch. He's trying scratching guys. He's trying, like, his hands are fucking tied at this point.
Again, it's an off-season issue. It's personnel. I mean, it's just they've met their match. I don't think it's, I just don't think like really
Who's
there's
the best defensive player in the world? It's Slave. Slave is the best.
And I'm going to put Devon Taves there. Fourth. I've always said fourth.
Slavin, Devon Taves, Chris Tanev's also in there for me.
Yes. Forsling.
Forsling's up there.
Okay,
Forsling's definitely in the top 5.
I like your list.
Brodeen used to be. I don't know how much he is anymore.
Not anymore.
I'm trying to think right now.
Mikola for Conn Smythe. What do you think?
So
Has Fox's game really dropped off there that everyone was hyping up?
Cody, did you see that 3-run shot in the 7th?
I actually got to watch the game because that game was fucking over.
Cody's flipping around.
6-2 win over the Angels.
Before we kind of get into the Mikola,
Ryan McDonough, by the way, too. Ryan McDonough.
How about
the Mikola
chokers in conference finals? And I'm not talking on the ice, but go ahead there, Caesar.
Let's kind of pay
Series
some bills
champions.
here with our sponsor.
Panthers fever is here. Are you geared up? Caneswear in Davie is the place for all your Florida Panthers needs. They have the latest gear for our favorite NHL team. Jerseys, polos, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and more. Caneswear has you covered. Stop by their store in Davie or at pantherswear.com. Again, that's Pantherswear, WEAR.com for all your Panthers gear.
And shout out to our other sponsor, Jeremy Beckham. Hey, Panther fans in South Florida and need real estate help? Check out Jeremy Beckham with Next Home Treasure Coast. It's a boutique service with a personal touch. Jeremy and his team put humans over houses, working hard for you, whether you're buying or selling. Ready to move? Hit up BexHouseFLA.com or call 772-475-5371 now. You'll be glad you did.
Thank you, Cody. Thank you, Caesar.
Yeah, and thank you guys.
I'm just checking the chat here. I thought there was some clown in here that's a Habs and Oiler fan. I was wondering if it's this guy because I was going to cut into him. It says he's a different guy, so we'll go.
Shout out to Spittin' Chicklets, Yandel there. I thought Mikola was outstanding. He's been outstanding.
Mikola.
There we go. Mikola Minions. They're growing tonight in the post-game chat, Nick, over on Twitter. X.
We've loved him since the beginning. I remember watching film. We saw him jumping up in the play, activating backdoor. I mean, he could skate, right? I remember one of the first games he played. A couple of people said this guy can't move.
And I was kind of nervous when Radko Gudas left us.
Caesar.
But after watching him like the first couple games, I'm like, okay.
I think we had to talk fans off a ledge because they're like, we're losing size. And me and Nick are like, what are you talking about?
Gudas wasn't even big.
No.
They call him the Condor.
I think they love his physicality
but they overvalued it. Right?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't think people understand how much of a pain in the ass night in and night out like it is to play against Mikola. Like
he's more irritating to play against than Gudas.
Yeah, because Gudas will lay the body, right?
And you got to keep your head up.
But it's like Mikola, it's time after time after time. You're like, I don't want to go there again.
And then he skates away with the puck and then goes up the ice.
Yep.
And then it's a bar down. Holy fuck.
It's just so
I thought Cody said he threw one towards the net today.
Can we get a replay of that beauty by
Cody was
Mikola?
talking about the redirection.
This is one hell of a shot.
What a shot.
Ekblad's done it like 2-3 times. So, I mean.
What?
Ekblad's done it like 2-3 times already. So,
but that one that you really liked where he went bar down.
I said it. I've been saying it for months. July 1st, this guy needs to have an extension. I don't want to wait. Teams are salivating to get their hands on
4.5 by 4.
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, I'll go 5 if they absolutely need to.
I'd rather overpay Mikola than overpay Bennett.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah. Because it's a different tier.
But like Mikola, I think is like you want to get a guy signed, get that contract done now. Don't wait.
But if fans say next year, Nick, he's not playing well on the new contract. Like, you know, the
Let the fucker have a
Brady.
down year for the love of fuck.
right? It's like,
I mean, and people.
and no, but Cody, my point to that is he could turn it up by playoff.
And here's the thing: people like they were like scoffing at the $2.5 million he got. He's like, the guy, he never really played a full NHL season. He was, and I know he's playing top pair with Adam Fox when he got traded at the deadline, but he wasn't like a clear-cut NHL defenseman. Hadn't proven himself.
But this too, Nick, and you've talked about this. He plays with Monter last year. This year he's playing with Kulikov, then Jones. Next year he's probably going to have a new partner. Look what he's doing with that.
And I thought Nico Mikkola was excellent without Braden Montour this year. I thought he was
took some time.
No, but I thought his game, especially those first 55, 60 games, he was really good. I liked his game a lot.
So for
he
Paul
was the
Maurice,
most consistent guy.
he seems to be okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like he'll be out of the playoffs, but we'll know more tomorrow. And
It's Mikko Mikkola.
Really got away with one there, Caesar.
Is that a thing we're doing now? Mikko Mikkola?
it
Mikko
looked
Mikkola.
worse from my vantage point. He looked. I was like, man, this doesn't look good. So to hear from Paul Maurice, I don't know. We could take that with a grain of salt.
No, if he's okay, it's good, because the thing is with Maurice, if he's not okay, Maurice is going to hit you with the, he'll be, we'll evaluate him tomorrow.
But I mean, Reinhardt looks okay too, and he said that. So
no, he never said Reinhardt was okay. He said we'll evaluate him tomorrow. That's what he said. He said we'll know more tomorrow.
What was said on Saturday on Reinhardt? Because I was away.
What do you mean? Like he said, we'll just like on Saturday, day to day. That's what
the official.
Yeah.
So it's not week, because everyone was thinking week to week with the label.
Yeah, no, but with the Sportsnet clip coming out,
I mean, he looks like he's fucking going around. You get a goal and you get a goal. He's like Oprah out here.
So, do you guys more side with me on the Reinhardt thing? It was a hip thing.
I would think so.
I have no idea. I'm not going to speculate.
Cody, if it was a knee.
If it was a knee, I don't think he'd be walking around with his sandals in the locker.
There's no brace. There's no
like foot cat, like anything like that.
But hey, just keep it moving. Like I just saw something. I just lost it. But
I think
what were our thoughts on Jones tonight?
Do you want to get into Lusto stuff at all?
We'll get into that real quick.
Jones was all right.
I thought he was fine.
He didn't have to be great either.
He's not getting like really tested in this series. He had the one scoring chance.
Right on the first minute of the game.
But he's going off the glass in this series. You know, we're utilizing that flip out. Are you noticing that, Cody? You talked about a lot in 2023. We're using the backwards flip out and then the forward flip a bit.
Yeah, Carolina tried to use it too, and the third they kind of got away with it. I'm like, oh, it just.
Well, and also, Kirby, I know you've been talking about this all year. That chip off the wall to get behind Forsling and then led to a 2-on-1.
Oh,
great. From Sebastian Aho tonight. Great play by Tomáš Nosek, back checking, because that was a tie game at that point. And if that's 2-1, it could change.
What about Lundell in front of the net when it was a 1-goal game or whatever? Wasn't that 1 or 2 goal game in front of the net, saved a goal there?
I think he lifted the stick, right?
He was there. Yeah.
Yeah, that was on the other side. That was on the
side, the weak side.
That was on the near the Panthers bench, correct?
And the puck got passed.
Okay, yeah, that was in the first period or the third?
No, third.
Okay, third period. I don't remember. It's all a blur to me. But
I don't know. Maybe we were up more.
I do remember. Very nice play. But again, Carolina had a push for 10 minutes in the second, and that was about it.
Just as soon as the third started, it was just
that happened.
Bang, 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 bang. Just I don't know. Like it was just shocking because it was just like
remind me of regular season Panthers when they just put it on a team and late in the game, and you're like, oh, okay.
We didn't really see that much this year.
More last year, but we've seen it under Maurice.
We've seen it under Maurice, but it was more last year because this year I just felt like we dealt with a lot of injuries during the regular season.
More last year, or even 2023 latter half.
More last year.
More last year.
Yeah,
okay.
Like 2020.
I know Nick's not going to say first.
2023. The only team I remember I was doing that to was Ottawa.
That was early that year.
Yeah, but
that was in October.
But like the most I've ever seen it was 2022, President's Trophy year.
October 2023 when we buried DeBrincat when Kachuk beat him, that game.
No, I mean President's Trophy year.
No, I'm talking when we buried him at home with Paul. I think Monter scored a goal from the point. Kachuk buried DeBrincat and started a whole brawl there.
Oh yeah,
not like a 6-2 game.
Was DeBrincat? Yeah, DeBrincat was a senator. I forgot DeBrincat was a senator.
We did that.
I don't want to talk about the regular season right now.
But no, I was talking like
Parodies.
I'm talking shit we did to Columbus President's Trophy.
yeah.
Cody loves this stuff, Nick.
Let's get to
surprised
Cody's
Cody.
guy. Kirby's X Factors were the center of a controversial play tonight. Jackson Blake received a hit from Etu Losterinen and received a 5-minute and a game misconduct.
I was good with 5, but a game misconduct.
I mean, he bumps into him. He doesn't drive him into the boards. I mean, he doesn't finish into the boards. I think it's Blake starts to lose at edge. It's because Lusto hooked him. Lusto bumps him, and he just freaking lost his balance.
Lusto has to have still bumping him there. You're not burying him, but you got to be better too, Nick.
Well, it's a 5-minute, Kirby, but it's not a game misconduct. So that's my take.
Don't they always throw the guy out?
No, I don't know.
Do you remember situations where it wasn't? I'd like to know, chat. Please let us know, people in the morning on the replay.
It's just,
and I mean, he literally stops. So what do you want Lusterana to do?
You're still the responsible.
You gotta let up there.
You got to still let up.
But the puck is right there.
Okay,
The play is not as bad as Nick Cousins on Goodbranson last year. People were telling me Caesar.
The puck is there.
Cousins buried Goodbranson.
The puck is there, but you gotta let up.
You got to let up.
Now, the one thing that was odd is that
they used to have the stop things on the back of minor hockey guys' jerseys. Like, you got to let up.
the one thing that was odd is the
You can see the intention of the player and the play developing.
Yeah, but
I
I was
that if you're on top.
I was perfectly fine with 5.
You don't agree with that, Nick?
No, I'm not disagreeing.
By the goal line is watching the puck.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing, but I mean, I just think it was a 5-minute, not a game misconduct. At the end of the day, it didn't matter, but I think it's just an awkward play. I mean, there's not much you could do. You could say you could let up. It's a fast-paced, bang play. He's not Superman. You can't just stop.
And when Derek says when a player's laying on the ice and they're bleeding from the head, it plays into that.
So,
yeah, that's why I was perfectly fine with it being 5.
And where his neck was, it was in a very precarious situation. But I get what you guys are saying. Blake's got to also, but I don't want to blame the victim here. But got to be in maybe in a little better.
Blake's got to be in a better spot.
Okay.
For himself, but
a lot of these players now.
Derek. I mean, again,
Cody sees a lot of these players. They're not bracing for these hits in today's game.
Yeah, but
this is 1995, 2005.
This is kind of like the same argument. I know we keep bringing up this sport, but it's the same thing to me. Like the roughing the passer in the NFL with the momentum now.
Yeah,
it's the same thing. Yeah, the guy can't stop his momentum, but when you see numbers, you can't be trying to run the guy.
And Cody, different play here, but everyone go back, search on YouTube. Matt Hendricks, Aaron Ekblad hit. Freaking Matt Hendricks, what an idiot. Deserved a full suspension. Give him freaking 10 games. But Aaron Ekblad never expected to get hit like that. Never. No. Because they grow up now not expecting those hits.
But suspension, I would be shocked if he got suspended because he got thrown out the game. Same thing with the Mikula thing with I think the Mikula hit on who the hell did he hit? Oh, Gergensons.
You're saying, yeah, you were on that one. You were like
that one was bad.
I'm gonna say that Cousins one last year was way worse than Lucy.
I still can't believe some people in our fan base didn't think that was dirty.
What? Because Goodbranson's big? Oh, so you can do that? Like, give me a break.
Like,
that was a dirty hit by Cousins. And
so
Cousins has
a Sportsnet panel had to say. Did you listen to this, Kirby, on your end?
No, I didn't because I had a busy night, Caesar. And I want to say, imagine this was Sam Bennett doing this to a league.
Oh, good Lord.
Anyways.
Welcome to the first intermission. The Panthers lose Lusterinen. That's a big loss. And fortunately, Jackson Blake is okay. Kev, why don't you take that?
It's the right call, I think. And typically, it's a defenseman going back for these pucks, and they have the experience of having a forward checker that wants to hit them so they can put themselves in the right situation. But Blake does a good job. He does a good job for the most part. A couple head fakes going back for this, and then he actually braces for contact. When you slow it down, look. He's going to have a head check here, so he gets skating. Now it's going to be a head check to his
Kochetkov, how good he is with English and how comfortable, right? So that could be an important factor as well. But always we'd tell him if there's pressure or if you have time or not.
Interesting point there.
Yeah, I just want to jump in, Caesar. Cody, you're saying he loses an edge there. They don't address that. So
Yeah, because if you go back and look, like if you want to show the clip again,
that's why he can't brace if he's losing.
You could see him fall, like kind of stumble.
Well, that's because Lusto's hooking him.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, again, it was an awkward play. Lusto gets the puck in. I mean, the stick in there. Blake loses his balance.
And like Dexa said, it's a forward on forward here, Nick. You don't often see that.
Yeah, I think if it was a defenseman, he probably handles it a little bit better.
Layman's over there on the left.
Although BX does say he does do both sides, head check there.
He does. He does.
He
plays it as well as I would expect a forward.
Especially for a forward.
You would think, again, I don't know if Coach Chekhov's saying anything. That's a good point he brought up.
And then he just loses it, gets too low.
But look at the position.
I think it's just an awkward play if you want me to.
Toe picked or he lost an edge?
I think it's an awkward play, and Blake, he hit his face, his nose into the
Luceranen's elbow kind of caught the back of his head because he's shorter. So
he's going lower there.
Yeah.
Well, also his face hits right on that red part. Like that's like,
but
Nick didn't answer my question. Did he toe pick or lose an edge? Or you don't know?
That's not toe picking.
He got hooked and toe pick.
He's saying not toe pick because
that's because if you see his edge goes out to the right.
Goes out. Yeah.
So he loses the edge.
But then Lusto's
like go back a little bit. Like just go right. Hooked. He got hooked, but that's like just keep going. Like look, like watch his like right skate.
Just lost an edge.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like not a toe pick because you see his skate go just
right
sideways on him. So just loses the edge, and then Lusto. I mean, we're not going to let up in the system, which is why we're really susceptible to these kind of hits.
And then people call us dirty instead of physical.
But it's a penalty, and I believe it was a major because like the blood on Blake and how he went to the boards and all that. I'm fine with the 5. I just didn't agree with the game misconduct. Like that's where I was at. But hey, I doubt he gets suspended. Really, if he gets fined,
they count those. Especially, it's in the first period. They count that as
basically a game.
It's basically a game right there.
Yeah, so that's the part that I really
think it's. Yeah, I don't.
But you got to be careful when you see the numbers right there, dude. Like
good breakdown, guys.
Yeah,
like Panther. Like I understand, like some Panther fans are gonna have some bias with this, but once you see once I see the numbers, I don't care who it is. Like, you can't be doing that kind of stuff. Like the Mikkola one of Gergensen's, I still think was the worst because Gergensen's on his fucking knees.
That's a little different. He's on his knees,
and he bends down and hits him again. And I'm just like, what?
Oh, his mind was just blown by that.
No, because at that point in the game, I was just infuriated because remember, Ekblad already elbowed Hagel at that point. So I'm thinking, well, fuck, he's getting suspended for that. And then Mikkola does that shit, and I'm like, oh, fuck. And that series was 2-1. We were down 2-1 at the time.
And then you're thinking losing 2 defensemen.
Going into a game 5. Like, losing half of our top 4. Like, that's what infuriated me. Like, because all of a sudden, instead of fucking, like, Forsling, Ekblad, Jones, Mikkola, you're looking at fucking, what? Jones, Forsling, Kulikov, Schmidt.
I had an Oiler, I'll mention this on air. I had an Oiler content guy. He does NHL stuff on suspension stuff, let's say. Some of you probably know who he is out there on Twitter. He's like, the Panthers have so many dirty players. Bennett, Kachuk. He goes, Erod, Kulikov. And then
Erod.
Darnell Nurse is a dirty player.
Erod?
What are we talking about here? And then I watched the game last night.
I think they're talking about that play where the embellishment where
he got shoved in the fucking boards and went to the locker room.
But Erod's classified as a dirty player now by Oiler fans and some other fans.
I mean, I have a question. Are hockey fans? Are you guys pussies? It's fucking hockey. Grow a pair.
Like, here's
Holy
the thing.
fuck!
But the Edmonton Oilers never did nothing in the 90s.
There are
Chris Pronger on their team.
There are only I think 2 guys you could classify as dirty on our team.
Milan Lucic.
So kind of want to get
actually 3. My bad. I forgot we had Brad Marchand. So
Darnell Nurse is a dirty player. I don't care.
I was gonna say. What about the Daniel Nurse slash yesterday? What did you guys think of that?
What about his Cody?
I didn't see it, to be honest. I saw the.
You gotta see it.
I'm going to be honest with
But
you.
he's doing that stuff all the time.
I think it's just a stupid.
He does it away from the puck too, Nick.
Yeah,
He does
it's a
it by the
stupid
puck.
play. Like, first of all, I mean, a little hack, a little chop, whatever. He does a full fucking like. I mean, he's got
Darnell
to
Nurse
stop
gets
with that
mad when he
shit
gets danced or walk, and he does it away from the puck.
because he
But the
sucks.
Panthers were dirty players, and Aaron Ekblad and stuff. Well, Darnell Nurse has been doing this for years. Man.
Well, Kirby has to make up for the fact that he sucks. That's number one. But number two, I think that look, I don't even. He needs to stop with the 2-hand slash shit like that. I don't think it's egregious.
He's third man on these.
I
brawls.
think
a lot of times punches guys in the face.
Like if you're looking at it, you have to look at the action, not the result. He got hurt, but the action in itself is just a 2-minute slash.
When you watch Darnell Nurse do an act on the ice, you can see an admittance of guilt on the spot. When he does something, he drops his arms and stares at the guy. Did I just?
Well, I'm going to be honest. That's not the was it Petrangelo 2 years
couple
ago?
years ago with Hag or whatever.
Oh no, that was with Draisaitl where he fucking just like.
No. He jumped in on Hag on third man in, and Oiler fans got mad that he got a game suspension. But Darnell is just doing stupid stuff out there all the time, and he has a track record.
Like I didn't see this. Like
I don't even like. I think it got him in a bad spot.
He's done worse stuff than this.
Yeah, I don't think this was too egregious.
But he's done stuff. He's done so many things. Like he stands there after always when he does that. It's always away from the plate.
Oh, that's a little fucking.
That's embellishment.
That
he's hurt.
Cody, he left the game.
I don't give a fuck.
I agree with Cody. I didn't
Cody,
think it was his
he
bad.
has a trend. He has a trend of doing
But
this.
that slash happens fucking 50 times a game.
He does. He puts guys through the wall. He does everything. Imagine.
Cody, did you see?
You can't play like that in today's.
Cody, Hens couldn't get up.
But
Yeah,
Cody,
that shit hurts. But here's the thing.
How's that looked at, Cody? If that's a Panther player against a Toronto player or a Boston player, give me a break, man.
Like no, like that slash happens so many fucking times.
Cody, he has a track record.
I track record or not, I do not give a fuck.
Defend him all the time.
This is the second straight Cody crash out, ladies.
Because that slash happens
He's a dirty
100
player.
times a game.
Yeah,
He's
but
a dirty player.
I'm with Cody on
Kirby, is this
It
Cody's
happens
crash out?
100 times a game.
Kirby, is this Cody's crash out sponsored by BJ's Brewhouse?
Like
we gave away that sponsor.
Ryan
Ryan
checks him in the back, so you're like, okay, slash back.
Okay, I'll pull up the Hague one for you later and some other ones.
No, I'm going to be honest. I don't think that particular.
I know Oiler fans probably get them taken off of YouTube so everyone can't watch.
I don't think that particular play is really anything.
I'm not asking for a suspension. I'm saying he's a dirty hockey player.
Well, I don't.
We all can agree with that, but
Well, that's
I
what
didn't
I'm
really.
saying.
I agree with that. I just think
Get
it's.
ready, next round Panther fans, if that's a matchup.
I don't think that.
You know what I'm saying.
I don't think that in particular is a.
When people call Leon Draisaitl a dirty hockey player, look at Darnell Nurse.
Nurse is a dirty hockey player, but that play.
We all can agree with that, but I don't think that.
I don't think that play is like, oh my gosh, like he's done worse shit than that. I mean,
but here's the thing. I'll do something if Hintz doesn't play tomorrow. But if Hintz plays, I don't give a fuck.
Well, I thought Pete DeBoer brought up a good point. It's like if Connor McDavid gets picked up off the ice like that.
You know what Mason Marchman said, Cody? We'll do something about it.
Okay, they should go and do something. Have this win a game, score a goal.
He'll score a goal and go cause some disturbance.
Well, I'm just going to say this. You know how it is in this league. They're not going after Darnell Nurse.
Ted, what play are you talking about?
What, they're going to go after Bouchard?
So Ted says here, do you all see the nasty check the Panthers put on some Canes?
Which Nikola goal?
Turnover? Which goal? The second one? Which play?
Like
you got to give us more context here, Ted.
Like Mikkola scored twice, so like, but no, it's just like, but that like that slash may have caught him in like a bad spot, but that slash happens so many times.
Again, Ryan in chat, I'm not saying he hasn't done worse. He's got a trend of a dirty hockey player, and he should get the reputation that Sam Bennett and other guys get. But he doesn't, because the media controls the message. And they like Darnell Nurse. His sister works in the media. His cousin works in the media. They all work for TSN and Sportsnet.
That slash happens so many times.
Sam Bennett don't have that.
That slash happens so many fucking times.
It's play hockey. Are we starting to become like the NBA soft? I mean, come on now.
Nick, is it embellishment if the guy's leaving the game?
No.
I called out Mason.
I'm not saying it's embellishment or anything like that, but I mean, to say that's a dirty play,
Well, E pluribus
He's a
unum
dirty player.
says we've never played.
we understand he's a
sports
dirty player, but I don't think
in
that
our
play in
entire
particular
lives.
is
Leash.
dirty
I'm not
play.
gonna make leash. If he's a dirty player, then that's what he's going to be called for.
I'd bet good money E pluribus unum has not played sports in his life either. Says he's watching us at 2:40 in the morning.
Never played sports.
But have a nice time, bud. Hope you're enjoying the show. Anyway, go on, Kirby.
And I've actually played sled hockey, so fuck off.
I played in PE, dude. You have no fucking clue what you're talking about.
Dog, recess, third grade, fucking 5 touchdowns
Played
one
against
time,
NHL
bitch.
Players, played against NHL players. Nick played against NHL players. I think Cody might have. Anyways.
Yeah, he's struggling to crack the lineup, but he used a first round pick. But it's just like, I don't know. Like I'm fine with, if you wanted to find Nurse right there, go right ahead. But that slash, I mean, like I said, it happens so many times during a game. Yeah, like even if a player should have a dirty reputation or a dirty reputation, let's say that's I don't know. What's a dirty defenseman? Like,
I thought of one that we used to have, but then he wasn't dirty anymore. Racco Gudis.
I guess if Gudis did that, maybe.
Nick Hague.
I like that, Ryan Hague.
I like Nick Hague.
Pietrangelo has become a dirty player.
Do we think Nurse is a good defenseman? No.
No, I do not think he is in the stratosphere of Seth Jones. And I said that before we had Seth Jones, and I'll say that now that we have Seth Jones.
Like, if we swap Jones and, like, Nurse, for example, do you think Nurse is going to be good?
Just to jump, Cody, did I ever ask on Spaces over the last 3-4 years on our post-game show that I want Darnell Nurse? But what did I say about Seth Jones?
Seth Jones wasn't bought up prior to this year, so.
No, but I said, let's look at Seth Jones on retainment. I've said that for a couple years now.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, all the defensemen I want are always fucking taken. Like, hell, like the one defenseman I like for Carolina has been out this series so far, Jalen Chatfield.
I like him. Are you going to say the guy from the Rangers you want?
Oh, Keandre Miller?
I don't want to go there.
I think he has all the tools to be something. I just don't know if it'll be in New York.
I'd rather have a guy like Chatfield than Keandre Miller.
That makes sense. But here's the thing. If let's say New York doesn't want to re-sign Miller or don't qualify him, I would like the Panthers to pick him up as a prospect.
Doesn't come at a cheap price tag.
No, I mean, he could.
Yeah, the amount that he's made already, I don't see that.
0-15.
Not Rampede now.
It should really
That's
be
one
like,
of the forwards.
It should really be like like it should be 0-11. I don't count 2009, but
what do you mean?
Like, I don't know what, like 2009 to now is like a different era. Like, I understand it's like
it's
the whole streak, but
I don't know. I think 2006 is classified. It's a different hockey. I get.
Like, I still think the funny thing is like the Sabres haven't made the playoffs since 2010, and they have an Eastern Conference Finals victory more recently than the Carolina Hurricanes do.
Would you count? It's hard to do this with eras, Cody, but would you count 2006 to COVID era like as an era and then start new?
General Nutsacks, Dallas Stars fan, says, I hope they do take out McDavid, and I'm a Stars fan. But if Edmonton plays Panthers, then I hope y'all take them out. I don't mind seeing the Panthers win again. We appreciate it. We don't mind the Dallas
when they're in the moment of the series, in the heat of the battle.
I mean, my current favorite.
That's the same afterwards. Or
one of my favorite tweets of the night.
I wonder if you're wondering why they switched me from defenseman to forward. It's because I played defense like Orlov did tonight.
Can you pull up the one by Witt?
We shared that.
Can you pull up the one by Witt? It's so funny, dude.
Yeah.
But the one who's like, oh, if Carolina had any respect.
Yes, that one. Yes.
Nick's is having a great time with Ryan Whitney's tweets.
Whitney has not been on the Hurricanes at all this series.
He doesn't like the Hurricanes, everyone, because
he doesn't like the Metro in general.
He's an Oilers fan. Who beat the Oilers in 2006?
But he was playing in 2006. Why the fuck would he care about that?
That's more his era than last year.
If Caroline had an ounce of pride,
he was a Penguins prospect in 2000. He was a Penguins player.
You have to hear it all the time, Cody, as an Oiler. I bet you any money.
Carolina had an ounce of
I'm not buying
respect.
that. Whitney wouldn't give a fuck about that.
Okay.
If Carolina had an ounce of pride or respect for the game of hockey,
they would
forfeit
the game
four.
Because he's been very upset because I think a lot of people are because when
It's a shitty series.
Because when you're a hockey fan of like one of the other 28 teams of the league and you're watching the conference finals, right? You want to watch some good hockey.
Because you're now watching it because you might not have watched early because you're pissed with your team.
Yeah, but the thing is, was he a good player? He was. He just had a lot of ankle issues.
He was good in Anaheim or in Pittsburgh a bit.
He was good early in Pittsburgh. It's just he had a lot of ankle issues dating back to his time in BU. That kind of
he was. Sorry to interrupt.
He was on the Olympic team.
He was offensive defenseman and played power play 1. I think he quarterbacked power play 1.
Yeah.
He's a pretty good player.
He was on the U.S. Olympic team.
259 points, 481 games, career high 59 points.
He was a pretty good defenseman. Like people, it just the ankle really hindered him.
Former Florida Panther.
For 11 games.
Fun fact: he was on the Bizgood. Fuck no.
His was a healthy scratch 4th liner.
Yeah, but he was basically.
I don't know what his numbers were in the HL, Cody. They might have been good. I'd have to look. I don't know.
I'm worried. I'm worried about the Panthers playing a soft team like Carolina and running into the winner of Edmonton Dallas. They better be prepared.
I don't think Dallas.
I'm not worried about that part.
Team. Edmonton underrated physical. They got Evander Kane, Nurse, Trent Frederick.
Yeah, and Evander Kane should actually be there.
Corey Perry, you said?
Corey Perry, another one. They got
Corey Perry
at home when he comes back. He's a handful. They are not an easy team to play against.
Dallas is like bottom 5 or bottom 3 in hits in the league. And I was talking to Stars fans like, Kirby, we ain't starting to hit after this series, so don't expect it to be a physical.
They're not. They're not. I don't want to use the term soft, but they're just.
They're not.
They don't play.
They're a lot more finesse than they are physical.
And they're not a fast skating team. The Oilers are pretty fast,
but
physical. They're fast and they are a pain in the ass.
Now, where the Oilers you could catch them is on mental mistakes and just playing sloppy hockey and not getting good goaltending.
And then that too.
So again, but you're taking your chance.
They're either getting a sieve or a brick wall. No in between.
And same with.
Real quick, fellas, what's your favorite ice cream, by the way?
Cookies and cream.
Okay, Cody.
If I had to, because I'm not really an ice cream guy, like vanilla.
Actually, I'll go chocolate chip.
Kirby?
Mint chocolate chip all the way.
Toothpaste.
Reese's peanut butter cup.
So
that's my favorite Blizzard.
Chocolate chip for me.
Though for my mom, easily.
There we go, Antonio.
My mom's Rocky Road, honestly.
That was my mom liked Rocky Road too. I shout out to in the chat there. I think Ryan said Oreo or whatever. I'd go that
for my significant other. She likes Lustos, the Heath Bar Blizzard.
Oh, okay.
I don't think we get that up north of the border here.
So
you don't get much up north of the border.
Except dumbass ketchup chips.
I had some ketchup chips today. Should I be eating more, Nick, for the next game?
You want me to tell you what I want you to do with them? I want you to blow it out your ass and play the video.
Not a Heath bar, Ryan. A Heath bar.
We don't have them, Ryan. Right? We don't have Heath bars.
So Marchand was caught in the intermission eating something. Let's take a look.
Got an image of you in the dressing room during the second intermission. No chance you were fueling with a blizzard here, were you?
Yeah, that's a little chocolate chip cookie dough blizzard right there. There's nothing, you can't beat it. It's the best dessert in the world. So I better get lifetime free supply of Dairy Queen now. Thank you, fellas.
So Cody and I
shout out to Dairy Queen there.
Cody and I were talking about this on the Twitter X post game show. Cody, were you the one that said it? He probably bought it coming to the rink and then put it in the fridge or freezer.
Yeah. And then we got into a whole conversation like what we would eat during intermissions. Like I would never eat anything during intermissions. I would just drink pickle juice. Like
we usually gave our athletes either oranges or bananas, and we also had pickle juice as well.
But people were saying like, well, how
Nick's over here fucking eating chicken cutlets and shit.
I know.
Chicken cutlet day today, boys.
Cody, we're
shout out to Miss Levine.
Shout out, Mom.
he could find ice at a rink to keep things cold. Like there's ice bags.
Hey, Nick, I'll be down to South Florida next month. Pass me a couple cutlets.
No. Well, we got to get Kirby down here to try it.
He still hasn't invited me, and I live like 20 minutes from him.
You're not getting an invite. They're mine. So, blow out your ass.
Caesar, where do you live at?
Mute him.
You know where Blockbuster
You want to tell everybody? You want to tell the whole
No,
world?
no, just tell me the town.
Just show me
Just
the
tell
address. Put the address.
right there on 595, close to IKEA.
Okay. Okay. For all people, Caesar lives in Broward County. Moving on.
Close to Elbow Room. How about that?
Kirby. You know where Kirby lives?
Am I going to be residing?
Don't do it. I know what you're going to do.
On the mean streets of Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
I said, Nick, save that for potentially the next round and spam the shit out of it.
Like, I don't know. Like,
me and Kirby don't prefer Edmonton. We don't love the Edmonton matchup.
I think I'm included in this. I'm included in this.
The same way for vastly different reasons.
What do you mean?
Your family in Edmonton?
Well, I'm also talking about the team on the ice.
There we go. So then never mind.
It kind of combines all together.
Okay.
Right? The revenge factor, it also goes to my family. Like if we beat them twice, what's that going to be like? But then if they beat us, then I want to hear that.
Kirby is Edmonton like a Kirby.
So either way, you're fucked.
We only had 1 year of celebrating. So how many years are they going to have?
Eastern Conference Championship means Kirby is fucked.
If Kirby is Edmonton a dump, like people say, I could tell you this for a fact. Edmonton's not a dump.
Their downtown is. They've got beautiful parks and facilities.
Like
your downtown is.
Like their downtown's like
Crash.
I don't know one person.
But a lot of downtowns are like that.
There's not one person I like from Edmonton. Somebody in this chat will get that joke. Anyway, moving on.
Are we moving on?
How are we moving on? Are we wrapping up? Are we talking about anything else?
Just want to give a shout out real quick to my Instagram live. Thank you guys for joining me live. And anything else, guys? What do you guys think we'll finish it here on Monday? Or do you guys think
I
this
think
will go
so.
to game 6?
Ryan finally caught up here, Kirby.
Oh wow. But here's the thing, that's all I have to say is because we record in exactly 17 hours here.
That's the plan anyways.
Antonio, my prediction for game 3 of Dallas.
I'm going. This is going to be a high scoring game. I feel.
I thought last one was going to be 5-2.
5-4 Dallas in overtime.
4-3 Dallas in overtime because of the matinee start.
Yeah.
I think a lot of Edmonton fans are pissed that it's.
I'm gonna go 5-3 Edmonton.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Dallas. Dallas wins it 3-2.
So only Cody with Edmonton for game 3?
Yeah.
I think the matinee thing.
I could see Edmonton winning too. So.
I could too. I think it's going to go to overtime.
I just want that series to go 7.
Yeah, me too.
Because that's the only.
By the way, this is according to. I'm not 100% sure who tweeted it. I believe it was Will Mansell. Let me just take a look here real quick.
Thank you, Joey.
Let me take a look here.
And don't forget, guys, hit the like button. That'll help us with our algorithms. We're trying to get 1,000 so we can start getting super chats. We hit 300 this week. Couldn't have done this without you guys. Keep sharing, keep subscribing. Tell your friends, tell your family, text it to them. We really appreciate your support. And also, I want to say something real quick, guys. I will be on Channel 4 this Monday before the game. So tune in if you're in South Florida. If not, just check out your Twitter or Instagram. I'll post a video up. Shouts out to Mike for CBS. They did a great job, and they followed me around the arena. It was really, really awesome for them to do. Really appreciate that. And to all the fans that went to the game and showed their love and support to me, I couldn't have done this without you guys. So much fun. So much fun.
And Andy Slater, I wanted to finish the point I was going to make. Andy Slater says that the Florida Panthers win on Monday, depending on the series of the Dallas Stars and Edmonton Oilers. We could possibly have 11 days off before the Stanley Cup final. That is,
That's the only bad part.
I think that's the amount of time we had when we lost to Vegas.
9 to 10.
So we're going to be in.
I would have
If that is the case,
Game 5 then.
If that's the case, then I hope to hell that Dallas and Edmonton beat the shit out of each other.
So
I don't
we're
like
playing
11 days.
again.
11 days is
Those practices are going to have to be.
How many
Paul
days off
Maurice's-
between? How many days off between games again? 3, 4?
Probably it's probably like the one, like they probably do what they did last year,
That's
where if it's like the games games 1 and 2 where it's just one day between, and then when you travel it's 2 days.
Why?
Would you travel maybe a couple days early, spend the time in Edmonton?
They
get
never did. They
acclimated?
always stayed home, and then the Edmonton beat us back to Florida.
So
I
then,
mean,
would you change it this
first.
time around? Do you think Paul Maurice changes it?
I would hope their travel itinerary. They were given their travel itinerary MVP last series. Our media guys weren't even getting there for 30 hours on Connect.
Oh, no, which
It was
is
all
remember,
crazy.
remember last year we had their plane was stuck on the tarmac for like 5-6 hours.
Oh my! Wasn't it because of a flood though here?
it was raining.
It
It
was
But
was-
they
yeah.
chose to leave later to stay home. And I'm like, oh. They didn't even bring the players' wives and family to Edmonton. Like, it was just
business trip. This ain't no Tim Duncan show around here.
business trip sucked up
If
there.
you get that joke, you know NBA lore. But yeah, we ain't no Tim Duncans around here.
Cody, is the schedule different if it's Dallas?
I have no idea. But
Anyway,
I'm just gonna say this. I'm glad we're recording tomorrow and not Tuesday. We're probably gonna have to record Tuesday no matter what now.
I was gonna say, or unless you guys want to do it after maybe Wednesday.
No, we're set up for tomorrow.
We will record stuff if we get
Then,
Stan-
I can't record Tuesday.
Kirby, go Pacers. As
They look
Up
pretty good.
2-0.
I watched the game.
2-0. Kirby could be like me, 2 championships.
and when am I going to get that?
Now, I will state, Cody,
When am I going to get that?
Cody is a bigger current NBA fan than me, but I did rival him through the years. It's just NBA products change a little bit.
Next,
But Pacers do play some old school ball. What's that?
Next is Marlins World Series because we know the
Oh, the
Let me get can I get a Dolphins playoff win first?
I was talking to a New
Fuck
England,
a Super Bowl. Just give me
I
a
was talking
playoff
to-
win.
football's not our sport, pal.
I was talking to a family friend today, Cody, that's a New England Patriot fan. He's like, New England's going to have a great year this year.
Oh yeah,
They got a
7
lot
and 10,
better, but
baby. Let's go.
That's down the road.
7 and 10, baby. Let's go.
Oh, is that what he meant by that?
Well, gentlemen, it was a pleasure. Like always, thanks again, guys. Till next time, let's go, Cats.
Great effort, boys. This guy is automatic when he comes back. Well done, fellas. Get one more.
What's up, Cats and Rats fans? If you enjoyed that video, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button before you head out. If you're listening to us on Apple and Spotify, make sure you leave us a 5-star review. And just like always, let's go Cats.